We finally know when Doctor Who Season 1 will be airing, but some people aren't happy. Plus, Steven Moffat is returning to write. Okay, so last week we got a little teaser trailer telling us the air date and times of Doctor Who Season 1. So we now know it'll be May 11th that Doctor Who will be returning with Season 1, and we know that it'll be dropping on BBC iPlayer and Disney Plus at midnight UK time, which will be May 10th on Disney Plus in the US and other places. And the show will still be airing Saturday evenings on BBC One as well, probably around 7 PM. So this basically means every episode will be dropping at the exact same time for everybody. However, the drop time does seem to be a little bit more catered to the US rather than UK, as I alluded to earlier, with the UK time being at midnight, and I believe the US time is somewhere around like 7 PM or something, which is weird for a show that is created and based in the UK. And I do feel like this probably is some Disney Plus influence, because that's probably the time they preferred, and it basically means each episode will be out basically all day on Saturday, because as soon as it turns to Saturday, that's when the episode will be dropping on streaming services, at least for the UK anyway, which I'll get more into that later on and my thoughts on that. But we also know the first 2 episodes will be dropping on the same day, which I'm not as annoyed about as the other decision, but it is still a little bit annoying because obviously we're only getting 8 episodes this season, so this just shortens the amount of time that the show will be airing, so that is a little bit annoying. But for me personally, I can't really complain about getting 2 episodes the same day, but I would probably have preferred it if it just was that one episode, so that the show could be airing for a little bit longer. But once again, I think this is some of the Disney influence, because a lot of the big Disney Plus shows like the Marvel and Star Wars shows also like to do this, where they drop 2 or 3 episodes at the same time. As well as this, it was also confirmed on the same day as that first teaser on Disney's Instagram post that there would be another trailer exactly a week after, which by the time you're watching this, that will already be out, and I'll probably have made a reaction to it, hopefully. But I'm recording this video just before that happens because I wanted to get my thoughts on that out. So what this release time and dates means for some people, it's obviously different for some people than others, but for some people it means they'll be able to watch Doctor Who as soon as they wake up, or just choose to watch it whenever they want, because it'll basically be, like I said, on streaming services for like the whole day, at least in terms of the UK, with it dropping at midnight. But for some people, including myself, they'll have to wait until they can watch it later on in the day, and throughout the day they'll have to avoid spoilers, avoid Twitter and stuff like that, and hopefully have no thumbnails or something on YouTube notifications spoil anything from the episodes for them, which, like I said, this is the camp I fall into personally, so it is a little bit annoying on my side, as I work Saturday mornings, so I'll have to try and avoid spoilers until I can finally watch the episodes in the evening, because I don't plan on staying up until 2 AM to watch 2 episodes and then waking up 6 hours later to go to work. So I'm gonna have to try and avoid spoilers all throughout the day on my break at work and stuff like that, and basically avoid Twitter and hope that no YouTube thumbnail notifications spoil anything from the episodes for me until I can get round to watching it in the evening. So it is a little bit annoying for me personally. I can understand why for some people it obviously isn't, because they could probably just wake up and watch it, or just choose to watch it whenever they want without having gone on social media or anything like that. But for me personally, it is a little bit annoying. And like I said earlier, it does seem like the times they have chosen are a little bit more catered to the US than the UK, which is a little bit annoying for a British show. But like I said, I think there's some Disney influence in that decision. But like I said, that's not the only news we got in the past week or so, as we also know Steven Moffat will be returning to the show as a writer, and it's been rumoured for a while now that Steven Moffat will be returning for the RTD2 era of Doctor Who, with the most recent rumours speculating that he'll be writing the 2024 Christmas special. However, it was officially announced this week that he'll be returning to write an episode of Season 1, specifically an episode that Julianne Robinson will be directing. Now we know she's directing the first episode, which is likely to be written by RTD himself, which leaves Steven Moffat writing episode 3, as that's the only other episode she's directed in her production block, which some people have speculated that this is the episode we see in the trailer where the Doctor steps on a landmine, and some people have speculated this episode will see the Doctor stuck on a landmine for most of the episode, potentially with it being titled Boom, meaning this could maybe be some sort of Dr. Light episode where we see Ruby going off on her own adventure to try and save the Doctor from this landmine, maybe following some instructions he's given her or something like that, which I think would be a really interesting concept and does sound very Moffat-y. However, what were all those rumours with Moffat writing the 2024 Christmas special all about? I personally thought this didn't sound very likely even before we got the official announcement, as usually the showrunner is the one who writes the specials, particularly the Christmas specials or festive specials. However, it seems possible that he may also be writing that along with episode 3, as Mr. TARDIS stated that he's known Moffat will be writing the Christmas special for a while now because he works in TV and people talk, so he was surprised that Moffat was announced to be writing a different episode than the Christmas special.
I heard that news about Steven Moffat writing it several months ago. I've just kind of been sat on it it, because while I do talk about Doctor Who news, I'm not here to break scoops, I'm not here to leak anything. As you know, I work freelance in the TV and film industry, and people talk, these things come out. Some people close to the production who watch my videos get in touch with me and tell me these things, and I guess kind of have to sit on them. So I've known for several months that Steven Moffat is writing the 2024 Christmas special, so imagine my surprise when yesterday the official Doctor Who Twitter account breaks the news that Steven Moffat returns to Doctor Who. The former showrunner makes an explosive return as he writes an episode of Ncuti Gatwa's first season as the Doctor.
Also, some people believe something that he said in a recent interview before he was officially announced to be returning hints that the Christmas episode could be called Joy to the World, alongside a mention of the word boom, which, as I said earlier, is speculated to be the title of episode 3 that he's writing, with Julianne Robinson directing. So for Doctor Who Season 1 or Series 14, whatever you're calling it, this only leaves the writer of episode 5 unconfirmed. As we know, Russell T Davies is writing episodes 1, 2, 4 and 7, and likely the finale. And we also know Kate Herron and Bryony Redman are co-writing episode 6, the Regency episode. So for me personally, I hope episode 5 is written by another new writer, as only one episode by a new writer or writing duo doesn't really feel like enough new blood for my liking, especially with Moffat returning as well. But let me know what you think. Are you excited about Steven Moffat returning? And how do the new air dates, and specifically the new air times, affect you personally? Are you like me, where you're going to have to avoid spoilers all day? Or does this not really affect you at all, and maybe it's just a little bit annoying? Or are you perfectly fine with it? As mentioned earlier, I've probably released a reaction to the new trailer at this point by the time you're watching this, so if you want to see that, you can watch that here, and subscribe, as next weekend's video should be a breakdown of that trailer.